Well, the Democrats, they went head-to-head last night, as we've been talking about. But how did they score? What do you think? Well, here to grade the candidates, our political panel, Nomiki Konst, the executive director of the Accountability Project, and Evan Siegfried, the Republican political strategist. We have you on after every debate, and I love this segment. All right, let's start with the economy. Who did the best?
Bernie Sanders, by far. He explained how we got to the situation that we're at today. He explained how Obama has coursed through the economic collapse and what we need to do to change it. He was the only candidate on stage who consistently could explain this in the clearest terms that appealed to the everyday American.
All right, Evan?
Bernie Sanders.
You agree? Okay.
Absolutely.
Why?
He put it in personal terms, and he tapped into the frustration that many people and voters feel toward just everybody in Washington.
All right, Nomiki, what about who was the loser when it comes to the economy?
Wah, wah, Hillary.
Really? Okay, why?
She just can't get away from Wall Street. I mean, she is, out of all the candidates on the Republican side and the Democratic side, there is no candidate that has accepted more money from Wall Street than Hillary Clinton. She will not be able to get away from this, and this is going to be her key issue that's going to possibly lose her the election.
All right, Evan?
Oh, boy. It's,
you both agree.
This is our kumbaya moment. But Hillary, she said something that's going to be used against her in attack ad after attack ad. I represented Wall Street.
Right, I saw that.
And it was... I started salivating, waiting for the general election just because I'm going to run attack ads against her, and she's just shot herself in the foot.
All right, what about immigration? That's a hot topic this, this election year. Who'd you pick?
Again, Bernie Sanders.
Okay, why?
He has a real comprehensive understanding of immigration reform. He called Hillary out on her weak points, and he went into depth and said, listen, I think that immigrants deserve the right to have health care. These are people who, undocumented Americans, by all means, who have grown up here, lived here their whole lives, should be able to access health care. They're paying taxes, they're working part of our economy, and this is a bipartisan issue.
Evan?
Well, I'm ending the kumbaya, and I'm going with Martin O'Malley.
Okay,
he won.
Why?
He was able to go and look at immigration and put it 30 years down the road and say, this is where we want the children of illegal immigrants to be. No other candidate was doing that.
All right, let's talk about the losers. We didn't cover that.
Oh.
Who'd you pick?
Hillary.
Why?
This is probably her weakest moment, in my opinion, on stage. She really didn't have a detailed explanation of why she couldn't fully back comprehensive immigration reform and her track record. And, and I can see that in attack ads on the right, especially if you have a more moderate candidate who does believe in comprehensive immigration reform.
Evan, immigration loser.
Oh, Hillary Clinton.
Why?
She didn't even say sanctuary cities. She said sanctuary universities. Let's give illegal immigrants a free college tuition and have the taxpayer pay for it. She didn't say in any way, shape, or form how to pay for it, and that's just going to explode the debt.
All right, who's the winner when it comes to the military, Nomiki? Hillary.
She's back. She was Secretary of State. She has the most detailed understanding of foreign policy than anyone on stage, than any of the candidates. I think that, Jim Webb does come in a close second because he does have, obviously, he worked for the Defense Department, but really she could talk her way out of any issue, having really more information than anybody else.
Okay, Evan?
Jim Webb won. Jim Webb was the only veteran on stage and only person who has served, and he has served his country in Vietnam gallantly. He has the most credibility out of the entire field to talk about.
I like that, how he talked about in the beginning, his family, his daughters, and then his military experience. I like that they each had an opportunity to tell us a little bit about themselves because we don't know some of these candidates. All right, let's move on. Losers really quickly. Let's put those up because I want to hear who your overall winner and losers were.
O'Malley on military, on foreign policy. He just doesn't have enough information.
All right. Evan?
Bernie Sanders on military. If you talk, he touted his being veterans chairman. If you talk to veterans groups, they think he did nothing. And he ignored them.
All right, real quickly, the big winner, who won?
Big winner was Bernie Sanders. Hillary was poised, she was polished, she was ready to debate, but bottom line, she could not explain her track record. Bernie Sanders was soaring. He had an opportunity to introduce himself to the entire country, and that's why the polls showed he won.
And even defended Hillary. All right, Evan, who'd you pick?
I picked Hillary. All she had to do was go and just not stumble, and she was basically a major league ball player in a minor league game.
She has so much experience.
And it was just, it was a shoo-in for her. And if she hadn't done it, it would have been a major loss.
Who lost? Who did the worst last night?
So sad. Lincoln Chafee.
Why?
You know, something has to be said. When you're polling at 1%, you're also not raising money. And when you're not raising money, you don't have the support system in place that prepares you for a debate. He is qualified, he's smart, he's articulate, he just wasn't ready for prime time.
All right, Evan.
I would say Israel because they only got one mention once, but I don't have that card. So I'll say Lincoln Chafee. He flat out lost. I mean, I think you look at him and it seemed like there was nothing behind his eyes, and he just was. I think you could call him a nickname. He was there.
Evan Nemiki, thanks
block
so
of
much.
granite.
Thank you
One
for
more
being
plug.
with us.
The big winner
Biden.
tonight.
Yeah, we'll find out if he's going to get in.